BC. The Orange 18-4 overall. They've won 2 games in a row. Top 35 in the net right now. And again, as you said, they feel like they're in a pretty good place looking ahead to the NCAA tournament. Well, it's BC on possession to start. Aaron Haup, excellent three-point shooter. Around for the freshman Amira Anderson, guarded closely by Dominique Darius. And here is Lily Carmody looking for an outlet. Anderson swings for Haup. 4-3, got bumped. The 3 is no good. And a rebound comes down to Shy Hawkins, the sophomore wing. Inside for Uche Izoje, one of the best freshmen in the ACC this year, 44 in the Orange. Phelia gets to the free throw line. Her jump shot is no good. Syracuse takes a lot of those mid-range jumpers, and they can hit them. Here's Haup, transition, 3 is good. Aaron Haup, who's a 44% three-point shooter. BC needs a lot of that tonight.
Hey, you almost wonder why she doesn't take more of them, and it's, I think, a good sign if you're Boston College to see that she's gotten a three-point look on each of the first 2 possessions because of how efficient she is from out there.
6 for 10 from 3 over the last 2 games, averaging 13 points per contest. Skip pass comes across for Hawkins, and again, that pull-up jumper, 0 for 2 so far, but an offensive rebound and the putback good. Uche Izoje, freshman from Nigeria, comes in by way of Japan, a 6-time ACC Rookie of the Week.
And that's how Syracuse can beat you. It's on the offensive glass. Eric, they average 17 offensive rebounds a game. That's one of the best in the country.
And 6th nationally in offensive rebounds per game. They're a good rebounding team, period.
And Izoje is one of the biggest reasons for it.
Averaging nearly 4 per game. Here's Rolfe for 3. And that's a little bit strong. Anderson had positioning on the rebound. It's out of bounds off of Burrows. Let's go back to that transition 3 for Boston College.
Yeah, BC's taken 3 shots. They've all been from beyond the arc. This was the best of them. Anytime Aaron Haup has some space, you want her to put it up. And knocks down an early triple for the San Diego State and Mercer transfer.
Averaging 21 minutes a game, making her 15th start of the season tonight. Rush timer for BC. Here's Lily Carmody inside, goes left, and it's deflected by Sophie Burrows. And the outlet to a wide open Hawkins, who gives the Cuse the lead.
That's a great defensive play by Sophie Burrows. I think got a piece of that shot there by Carmody.
Anderson transition 3, a little bit short. Long rebound out for Darius. And Dominique Darius running the floor for Syracuse. Laila Phelia, Cuse's leading scorer at nearly 15 points a game. Izoje against Rolfe. Another jumper is just off. And Haup actually pretty good positioning on that rebound, giving up some size there to Hawkins.
Yeah, pretty good job there.
And now another transition look. That one was off, though.
I think you're okay with that, though, if you're BC. Again, anytime she's got even a few inches of space, that's a high-quality look.
Burrows, no good. But Izoje gets the rebound over Haup. And you see a lot of those jump shots.
And you might say, from a Boston College standpoint, over the back. That's not over the back. She's just a foot taller than Aaron Haup. So all she had to do was reach up and grab the basketball. Nothing Haup could have done.
And then a bump underneath with Burrows against Carmody. It's the defense here for Syracuse that leads to the transition look.
This is actually the only 2-pointer that BC's attempted. And Sophie Burrows said, "Give me it." Leads to the run out for the Orange.
Carmody against Izoje. Nice move, right, goes way upstairs and scores. Lily Carmody with her first 2.
Wow, that wasn't easy either against the big size of Izoje in the paint. Crafty move. One of the things that BC's been hoping for Carmody is to get off to better starts.
And then a bump there, and they call an offensive foul against Hawkins.
Well, Lily Carmody doing it on both ends of the court. Watch her get set. And a good call there. The offensive foul. This is the move against Izoje. The duck under and the scoop shot. It's been a story all year, just like in their loss at Georgia Tech on Sunday. She had only 2 points in that first half and ended up getting to 19 for the game. They would like to see that production for the full 40 minutes out of their leading scorer.
Carmody averaging nearly 12 points a game, shooting 46% from the floor. And this is going right back to the Orange.
And Tiani McDaniel just checked into the game, 6-year senior, and they had that miscommunication right there. Immediate turnover.
Kira Scott in the game for the first time for Syracuse. Izoje, got it.
Now showing she's got a little bit of range. I think if you're playing defensively against Uche, you'll live with that shot. She shows you she can make it there from the foul line. Another turnover.
That's Phelia out front in transition. Darius is affected by Carmody, but the follow-up attempt goes. Job to stay with that by Kira Scott, and a quick timeout called by Boston College. So the Eagles got off to a good start, but Syracuse now has gone on a nice run. They lead 10-5 early in the first. $10-5 lead for Syracuse, and as we've talked about, Uche Izoje is such an important part of everything that this Orange team does.
She's done this twice already. Get a second chance basket. Syracuse, this is how they can beat you. They do it by being relentless on the offensive boards, and Izoje she's the #1 culprit for it. Look, I mean, look at that. What she's done, especially on the glass, that 10 boards per game this season.
And it's even more within the ACC so far this year. She's at nearly 11 rebounds per game in conference play. So Boston College trying to respond out of the timeout. Here at Edmonds in for the first time. Little handoff for Anderson. And Amira Anderson knocks down the triple. Boston College going by the three-point shot right now. They've made 2, and they're within 2. Slides around for Darius. Her jumper from the free throw line is no good. And then a foul on the rebound attempt. It'll stay here.
That's 4 offensive rebounds. So Syracuse has missed 6 shots, Eric, and 4 times they've grabbed it right back for head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack.
Done such a wonderful job revitalizing this Syracuse program, and now doing it again. Nice catch and bucket for Izoje, who has an early 6 points. A little bit of a down year for Syracuse last year. They were 12-18, but they have responded once again a couple of years after making it to the NCAA tournament. Coach Jack was the ACC Coach of the Year in 2024.
And a former Boston College assistant.
Long three is good. Best three-point shooter on Syracuse is Laila Phelia, who's at 42% for the year. And it's 15-8 Syracuse.
4 points off the turnovers, too. EC's turned it over 3 times.
Jocelyn Greer to match for 3 is no good. Darius got a rebound. And Syracuse again looking to run. Darius got it back quickly inside for Scott. Goes up, gets the bucket. So a physical brand of basketball so far. Kira Scott has 4, the sophomore. 7-0 run for Syracuse. They made 3 shots in a row from the floor. There's Edmonds. Tries to get it for Henderson. Actually does a good job to get that to the corner to create something there. But the 3 is off for Anderson. Here's Burrows for three. Little short. Got her own rebound, though, in the corner. And Uche wide open. Uche Izoje no good from three. Another offensive rebound. Burrows inside. First points of the game for Sophie Burrows.
That's what they're doing, Eric, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's almost like they're playing volleyball off the rim with themselves. Miss a shot, just go grab it right back. Eventually, you're going to get a good look.
10 of Syracuse's 19 points, her second chance points so far. BC looking for two of their own. Greer steps back. They were going to let her take that three, and she makes it. It snaps the 9-0 scoring run.
Playing with such confidence over these last couple of weeks is the freshman from Charlotte. Talked about it at the outset. Back-to-back 20-point games. First of her career.
So it's 19-11. Still a 13-6 Syracuse run for the moment. Darius had a lane to drive. It was stripped by McDaniel. Out of bounds. It will stay here with Syracuse. 6 offensive rebounds for Syracuse so far.
Yeah, and they've only missed 8 shots. So that means that 6 of those times they've grabbed it back. Here's Jocelyn Greer's first 3 of the game. Gave her some space, and she took advantage. All of a sudden, you look at Greer statistically this season, Eric, she's the second leading scorer on BC, behind only Carmody.
Been a really good run of late. There's a jumper for Burrows. Syracuse has been good on the designs off the inbounds play. 4 points for Burrows. Syracuse does have a lot of people score. This is not a roster where you see, kind of 2 or 3 people really making a huge, it's all the way down the card. They play a lot of different players. It's a big rotation, more than you might see throughout the rest of the ACC. Tomlinson for 3 is good. Well, if BC's going to stay in this game, it looks like it's going to be on the 3-point shot. Athena Tomlinson makes one. That's 4 threes for Boston College. They're within 7. Bob inside. Burrows short. Rebound. Burrows yanks it away, and a foul goes against Aaron Halp.
It's another time that Halp, one of the smallest players on the court, down there with the trees trying to grab a defensive rebound. It's just not much of a fair fight size-wise.
Inbound goes all the way to Burrows. There's Aurora Almon in the game for the first time for Syracuse, sophomore from the Dominican Republic. Burrows got around a screen from Scott. 3 to shoot. Jumper's a little bit short. From Olivia Schmidt, sophomore from Staten Island.
And that time you get the Syracuse foul trying to grab one of those offensive boards. I think the biggest key for Boston College to stay in this game is going to be how do they, A, defensive rebound, and B, avoid turning the basketball over. Those have been the 2 biggest reasons that Syracuse has gotten out to this somewhat healthy first quarter lead.
Here's Carmody. That is no good. Yes, Syracuse 6 more attempts from the floor than Boston College has in the early going. That was nearly affected by Greer. Skips around for Scott. Schmidt to the corner. Phelia in and out. Got a decent look off some good passing from Syracuse. Jocelyn Greer for 3. That's no good with the rebound to Burrows.
10 of the 15 shots that Boston College has attempted have been behind the 3-point line. Kind of reminds you a bit of the last home game here when they played NC State. That was good defense there, but remember all those 3s, 16 against the Wolfpack. And they're on a similar kind of pace in the opening quarter here tonight. Already made 4 of them.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Coach Mack said before the season. She felt like this had the potential to be a really good 3-point shooting team if things were going right. Tomlinson looking for an outlet with 5 to shoot. Comes for Carmody. Carmody got to get it off. Shifts left. Goes up and under. The scoop is good. 4 for Carmody. And Boston College hanging in despite all those. Miami was so crucial because Syracuse really had not had that many games against Quad 1 teams so far.
Had to hold on late, but it was actually a more comfortable victory against the Hurricanes Sunday than it looked at if you just looked at the final score. Nice offensive rebound again. Hawkins that time. It is 8 offensive boards for the Orange.
So again, I mean, you think about where their shooting percentage is right now, 46%. Their shooting percentage on second chances is way up there right now. They've done a really good job, not just on the offensive glass, but capitalizing on the offensive glass as well. That is out of bounds going back to Syracuse.
Carmody thought she got hit. Whistle stayed silent. And I'll update this. I said a few times, the percentage of misses that Syracuse is just getting back. Right now, they've missed 13 shots, and 8 of those 13, well more than half, they just grabbed the rebound. It makes that so much harder on a defense.
Here is Darius. Got caught inside, but ooh, they called a foul on the reach. It'll go against Tomlinson. Tomlinson and Rolfe were the 2 defenders there for Boston College.
Going back to the Miami game we were talking about on Sunday for the Orange, they're up by 19 points in that 4th quarter. Ended up winning by just 5, but it never really got to the point where they felt like they were in danger of losing.
Turned over here to BC. Carmody goes up top for Greer. Just a little strong on the lay-in. So it was a good steal at first, and BC can't quite convert on the offensive end. 23-16, the Syracuse lead, and Izoje inside. Another offensive rebound. Now looking for an outlet, and is called for a 3-second.
I think the one thing that Boston College has done on Uche Izoje and the other Syracuse bigs, they've made that initial shot difficult. They did it here with Rolfe and Jocelyn Greer helping out on big Izoje. Yeah, you just have to try to, for an undersized defense like Boston College is, get as many people in there to bother the bigs as you can.
Now trying to convert on the offensive end, where BC shooting 35%. 4 of their 6 makes from the floor have been from behind the arc. Here is McDaniel, 7 to shoot. McDaniel kicks, Rolfe for 3. Little short. And a rebound again to Syracuse. Rebounds are 19-7 in favor of the Orange so far. Hawkins gets it out for Jasmine Cooper for 3. And the freshman from right down the road in northeastern Massachusetts, her first points of the game. Largest lead of the day for Syracuse. Here is McDaniel from the elbow, and that rolls off. Phelia. Again, that hanging jumper. Izoje with an offensive rebound. There's 10 offensive boards for Syracuse, and again, they make it count. Laila Phelia with her second 3-pointer. Yeah, and the Cuse by 13.
It's like they're doubling up their chances almost every time down the court. Makes your offense look that much better, and you get 2 shots. That time they get the bonus of that second shot being a triple.
Aaron Haupt for 3. That's good. The 44% 3-point shooter, Aaron Haupt, has 6. BC back within 10.
Big shot. Syracuse had scored the first 8 points of the quarter before that, including those couple of 3 balls.
Orange have won back-to-back games coming in, and 5 of their last 6 in the ACC. That is in and out from Shai Hawkins, the sophomore. Anderson has help. McDaniel was wide open, but bobbled it. And then it's given away. Anderson didn't pick her up at first. Then finally the pass came, and just that little bit of a bobble was enough. Phelia from the elbow. Little short, knew it. And Haupt has a rebound.
See, Boston College has been trying to push pace here against Syracuse. See if they get a good look early in transition. If not, pull it out, run a set.
10 to shoot for McDaniel in a 10-point game. McDaniel has to shoot. And that ended up being a pretty good look there. Just didn't go. BC is 5 of 13 from 3, and then that is out of bounds. Boston College ball. Tomlinson, who was trying to get around a screen a little bit earlier and got bumped here as BC trying to hang in. It's a 10-point game right now with Syracuse up 29-19.
Is under review for a possible out of bounds on Syracuse. Upon further review, the call on the floor stands. It'll be White's ball, out of bounds on the sideline, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Syracuse will be charged with the timeout.
So Syracuse had challenged on this out-of-bounds play before we went to break, and they determined that the call stands, and it was indeed off of Syracuse.
And I think, Eric, there just wasn't enough evidence one way or the other. The initial call of out of bounds had to stick.
Yeah, I guess the question was whether that ball actually did ever cross the line, and the ruling was that they did say stands in the explanation. So Syracuse is charged a timeout. It's one of the new rules across college basketball this year, the coach's challenge. So Boston College ball, and Ava McGee tries a little slide pass for Carmody, and ends up going out of bounds. So Syracuse, it's been all about the offensive board so far. 10 offensive rebounds and 15 second chance points. Part of the reason that they have a 10-point lead right now is when we play midway through the second quarter.
Easy math there. That's more than half their points coming after they had missed an initial shot.
Dominique Darius is good on the jumper.
Not that time, though. That was pure.
Darius in her grad year with Syracuse. Syracuse legacy with her dad, Donovan, who was a great defensive back for the Orange, and eventually in the NFL.
Jocelyn Greer got grabbed there, trying to make a cut towards the basket, away from where the ball was being dribbled.
First foul against Darius. Started her career at UCLA, then played a year for USC. Ended up sitting last year, redshirting so she could get an extra year of eligibility. And now getting to play here with Syracuse. She's been fantastic for the Orange this year. Henderson, no good from 3. Izoje got behind McGee, and Uche Izoje has 8 points. Boston College now over 2.5 minutes without their last points. Trailing 33-19 here in the first half.
Really nice start to the quarter here for the Orange, too, outscoring BC 12-3.
They're 5 for 10 from the field. BC just 1 for 7 in this second quarter, but they get an offensive rebound with McGee.
I was saying we can play that game, too. Ava McGee, who's been very limited by injury in recent games.
Here's Greer. Lost her footing, and they call a blocking foul against Izoje.
Almost had to call it, I think, especially once she lost the ball. This is the post position established by Izoje. Before she ever caught the pass, she got herself the basket. It was just getting that inside position on Ava McGee. And once she caught it, that was an easy pickings layup.
Jumper for Greer, no good. Carmody almost had a piece of the offensive rebound, but it's down for Burrows. Syracuse likes to run. Shooting 47% from the floor, and a foul against Carmody. It's not a Syracuse team that takes a ton of three-pointers. They take the fewest three-point attempts of any team in the ACC, at just over 16 per game. They make 5 on average.
One thing that Joanna Bertoby-McNamee told us, they want to clog the paint.
That's a really good design.
And they're trying to make them stay on the perimeter. As you said, they don't like to live out there. And with the size of Izoje, they can, even if you're trying to stop it, they can get it in there anyway with a lob like that.
Carmody gets to the free throw line. Back for Greer for 3. And that's no good. Izoje has the rebound. So 10 points and 7 rebounds already for Izoje, and adds to it.
Eric, that's her own 6-0 run. She's got the last 3 consecutive baskets. Helping Syracuse pull away here in this second quarter as BC turns it over again.
Carmody couldn't save it before it went over the timeline.
You just get the feeling here, really the last 2 or 3 minutes, that this freshman, originally out of Nigeria, Uche Izoje, she's the one just said, I'm going to put this game on my broad shoulders. We're going to pull away and give ourselves a very healthy lead going into halftime with those 3 straight baskets.
Boston College has turned it over 3 times in the last 4 minutes, and Syracuse continues to take advantage. It's 37-19 right now as we play here late in the second quarter. Hawkins got to the paint and traveled. Laila Phelia comes back in for the Orange.
It's one of those games that you worry about always as a coach if you're Felicia Leggett-Jack. Those quote-unquote trap games, you need to win them. Hurt you so much in your resume if you can't pull it off. But you're on the road, you're traveling and playing a rival. Got to make sure that you come out with that fire to take care of business. And I think after the first quarter, they really have. They've turned it up a notch.
Here is McDaniel, 2 on the timer. Nice take to the basket by Tiani McDaniel for her first 2. Got a good burst. Right through the paint there. Burrows, though, straight on 3 is good. 7 points for Sophie Burrows, coming off 21 on Sunday against Miami. Anderson stays with it.
You see there at the bottom of your screen, Syracuse 3 3-pointers this quarter. They really got kind of the entire arsenal working.
We just told you they only average about 5 makes per game. They already have 4 today. McDaniel couldn't finish inside. And again, Syracuse back on the run. Ilya for Darius. Darius goes right to the basket and is fouled against a couple of different Eagle defenders.
I counted 3. She was undeterred, though. It said, all right, head down, straight to the cup. Dominique Darius got the contact.
One of those pieces when you talk about the transfer portal nowadays, you know, it's easy to talk about. It doesn't mean everything necessarily fits, but this obviously, based on her history with Syracuse as her family, and what she's brought to the team has just been a perfect fit for the Orange this year. Former top 30 recruit coming out of high school. Again, the time at UCLA and USC. Scored just 8 against Miami, but it averaged over 21 points a game over the prior 4. So it's been a good stretch recently. A couple of free throws made as well. 6 points in today's game. There is McDaniel, but the whistle before the basket and a traveling violation.
Yeah, just a little off kilter, got bumped a bit. Dragged that pivot foot before she could go up for the shot. Eric, I think that's the nice thing, too, what you were talking about with Syracuse. They have got so many different offensive options on any given night that can be the one to carry the team. Out of bounds there on the catch. The sideline.
Yeah, I mean, even as good as, Uche Izoje has been, she's averaging 14 a game. They don't need her to average 20, right? It's right in that 14 range. Burrows with 11 points. Phelia with 15 as well. Stay with us, folks. Coming up at the half, talk about the ACC Defensive Player of the Year watch list in our ACC Network studios. That is coming up. Highlights and stats as well. It's a 21-5 second quarter with Syracuse up, including a 13-2 run. Blocking foul, maybe not. The officials come together. It looked like each one signaled something different.
I thought Carmody got to the spot in time to draw the offensive foul. Let's see. Yeah, I think that should be on the offense, and the officials will talk about it. You have to establish that legal guarding position, and it looked like she did. And that's going to be the decision.
Yep, they do decide it is an offensive foul.
Nice job by Lily Carmody. She's drawn a couple of those here in the opening half. A couple of very talented Australians have been squaring off in this game with Carmody for Boston College and Sophie Burrows for Syracuse. Saw them embrace when the teams came out to warm up about an hour before the game. Fellow countrymen.
4 between these two rosters. And is knocked away with 6 on the possession. 7.8 remaining in the half. Rolfe with 4 to shoot. Here's Greer. Can she find something? Greer got it up from the free throw line. It's a little short. And that does it for the first half. An impressive half for the Syracuse Orange. Boston College looking for a second half surge, try to move their way up, try to qualify for that ACC tournament this year. So we start 42-21. Syracuse has the lead over Boston College. Kayla Rolfe trying to hang on to it, but it's a held ball. And possession will go to Syracuse.
That was a relentless defensive play by Sophie Burrows. Just reaching in, pestering, and finally she knocked it free. And when you get the tie up, you didn't have to remember very far back to know that Syracuse had the arrow, because BC had just inbounded the ball to start the half.
Here is Darius. Tomlinson guarding her. Skip pass for Phelia, driving against Carmody, and a foul.
Now she thought, and her coach thought, that that was clean. Official said that there was a piece of the arm. That's the opinion that matters. A couple of free throws. Let's see, was it clean or not? Watch the arm of Carmody. Yeah, I think she did get the arm.
Not have a ton of free throws in that first half, just 2 total. Both of them belonging to Syracuse. Phelia makes 2 here. The Orange are 4 for 4 for the game.
Pretty free-flowing opening 20 minutes. I got 12 total fouls in this game, 6 each way.
They continue to extend their largest lead, and that's turned over. Phelia with 8 points already. Dishes off for Huckins, who has 6. 46-21, the largest lead of the game for Syracuse.
The way the second half begins, BC 2 turnovers. Syracuse capitalized and scored each time off those TOs, and there's the first shot attempt for Boston College in the second half.
Oh, this has been a quality defensive team for Syracuse all year. Second in the ACC in steals, third in blocks, and they cause more turnovers than anyone. Here's Darius working against Jocelyn Greer. Three-pointer for Burrows is in and out. And Lily Carmody is back on the run. Here's Greer driving. Greer right hand floater is good. 5 points for Jocelyn Greer. And has scored in double figures in 4 games in a row coming in, averaging nearly 10 per contest. But a big three-pointer from the corner. Laila Phelia has 11. Second in double figures for Syracuse today.
And all of a sudden, they're raining in threes. They didn't miss one in that second quarter, Eric, from beyond the arc. It was the second attempt here of the second half. That went in, so they're 4 for their last 5. And we talked about how effective they are on the interior offensively. So then the thing is, if they're making three-point shots, how do you defend that offense? Not a lot of good choices.
I mean, again, as we said, they shoot 31% from 3. They only average 5 makes per game. Notice how many they've made today. Carmody inside of the foul. 6 points for Lily Carmody.
This is great design. Watch the back cut here by Carmody, and Rolfe saw her cutting to that basket, delivered the perfect assist. Second half has been where you've seen Lily Carmody do the bulk of her scoring this year. Sunday at Georgia Tech, 17 of the 19 points she got after halftime.
Izoje turns around in her first points of the second half. Fourteen points now for Izoje. Coming off just 6 points against Miami. That was her lowest total in the second half so far. But as we've talked about, this Syracuse team has a bunch of... Oh, nice look inside. Carmody lets her defender go up, and Lily Carmody, again, continuing that second half spurt that we talked about. She has been better in the second half over the course of this season.
They just ran that exact same play that got them an old-fashioned three-point play right before the timeout. Ran it again, why not? Rolfe to Carmody.
Phelia lost her footing, still manages to get the pass off for Uche Izoje. Nice move, my goodness.
Woo.
Old school from Izoje.
How about the spin cycle? Turn around like that, you lose sight of the basket. It's hard to make the shot, but she's got a nice little touch to kiss it off the window. Really impressive player, isn't she?
Seems so in control all the time. Here is Greer, who's good from 2. 7 points for Jocelyn Greer. Syracuse shooting 55% from the floor. 3 ball. Phelia, no good. And then a hold on the rebound attempt goes against Sophie Burrows. So possession will stay here. Here is Izoje.
Yeah, like I'm saying, when you're spinning like a top, you're not looking at the basket. So you have to kind of refocus once you complete that turnaround. Find your spot, put it in off the glass. You can see why she's got those 6 ACC Rookie of the Weeks.
Alp lost her footing. Izoje gets the offensive rebound, and easy pickings for Izoje, who has 18. 4th in the ACC in rebounding coming in, averaging 9.5, as you said, but it's been nearly 11 in conference games. A spin to match there by Carmody.
Doing her thing. All the scoring from Carmody tonight's come right at the rim with those tough finishes, some scoop shots.
Boston College has made 5 in a row from the floor as they try to claw their way back in, but it's Darius who goes right to the basket. Eight points and 10 rebounds for Dominique Darius. There is Greer. Kicks for Carmody. Here's Halp. It's a decent look there, but just a little bit of a bobble. But it's knocked out of bounds off Syracuse. Possession staying here.
We've had a few baskets from Lily Carmody tonight that have looked just like this. The spin on the drive and the finish off the glass. Did a couple of them in the first half. Only 3.5 to shoot here for BC. It's got to be quick.
They've been good on these design plays, but some miscommunication there. Timer doesn't start, though. Anderson's got a chance, steps into it. And that's a shot clock violation.
Those are the kind of turnovers, though, that you'd live with. You never want to turn the ball over, but it's a dead ball turnover. Doesn't give the team a chance to get a run out and an easy basket off of it. At least you can get back and set up your defense.
Burrows, pass ball out of bounds.
You know, I was thinking about that game in the ACC tournament last year that we just showed you the highlights of. Think about how much is different for each of these teams' rosters. Just about nobody who was an integral part of that game is in this one here tonight, less than a year later, and that's college basketball these days. BC won 2 of the 3 games against the Cuse last season.
They will meet 2 times against this year. Here's Rolfe, steps back, in and out. That'll be the final day of the regular season up at the Dome. And Syracuse will honor the 10-year anniversary of its national runner-up team back in 2016. A magical run to the Final Four before eventually coming up short in the final against UConn. Izoje kicks it back for Nelson, who's off the mark. 4:17 remaining in the third. And the Syracuse Orange looking for their 19th win of the season. On their way at the moment, 57-32.
Thanks for the check from Lily to make sure that we had everything correct. Yeah, and that southwest corner of Australia, right near where they just played the Australian
That's
Open.
right.
In Melbourne.
Here is Kaya Henderson off the window, no good. Rebound for Darius. So keeping track here, that's 6 rebounds for Darius, 8 points and 10 assists. With 3:51 remaining here in the third quarter. 57-32, Cuse has the lead over BC. Darius inside, Izoje, nice extra pass. And the back cut from Camden Nelson, the freshman, has her first points.
You weren't kidding. That was like eyes in the back of her head. From Uche Izoje, great pass. Give her an assist. Why not?
Speaking of, Carmody against Izoje, kicks for Rolfe. No good from 3. Darius. The Eagles defense down the floor, nearly lost it. Still gets rid of it to Nelson, and her floater is no good.
She's got 7 rebounds now, by the way, too, for Darius. Getting even closer to that potential triple-double.
Step back, Jocelyn Greer, no good.
The way that Greer's been shooting the ball, though, these last couple of weeks, you want her to take those looks whenever she can.
Speaking of Australia, there's Madeline Potts, a sophomore. Did not play against Miami. This is out of bounds to Boston College.
A great Australian Open.
It was.
Finished last weekend out in Melbourne.
Stay up.
You know, I watched the entire semifinal between Alcaraz and who did he beat?
Apparently wasn't that memorable.
it was 3:30 in the morning, my time. It was great 5-setter. Alcaraz won the men's side. And a very impressive showing over Novak Djokovic. There you go. Thus concludes the tennis portion of our coverage.
Apparently. Out of bounds, staying here with Boston College, 16 to shoot.
Zverev, I believe.
I mean, I can't confirm or deny. Jocelyn Greer, nice take. 9 points for Greer, trying to go into double figures for the 5th game in a row. Darius coming in, left hand, good.
Ooh.
There's your 10 points.
Well, that could be a technical foul here. Let's see. She reached across, did Darius, as BC was trying to inbound the basketball. You're not allowed to do that. Now, first, we'll give you the basket. Beautiful move. Smooth left-handed finish. Then watch this. He's going to reach across. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a technical foul, I think. The officials are talking about it.
Get a good look at it from the overhead here.
Yep, technical foul indeed. So 2 free throws in the ball for BC. Elect Lily Carmody to be the one to take them. That's just kind of a reflex, I'm sure, for Darius, but unfortunately for her, it's an illegal play.
Goes down as her 3rd as Carmody makes the free throws. By the way, another nice second half here for Carmody. 4 points in the first half, 9 so far in this second half. So Boston College retains possession here. 61-36, 2:01 remaining in the 3rd. McDaniel, nice kick for Henderson. See, trying to create. Carmody spins, kicks to the corner. McDaniel for 3 is no good. Nelson, bounce pass underneath, broken up, but a foul against Greer. Second foul against Jocelyn Greer.
You would call that in the act of shooting, I believe, too. Yeah, a couple of free throws. You know, go back to the other end of the court. I know that McDaniel missed the 3-point shot ultimately, but another beautiful spin move by Lily Carmody. She's got that spin down to a science, has perfected it. Great footwork. We've seen that on display, what, at least 4 or 5 times tonight?
Carmody on one side, Izoje on the other. Justice Fitzgerald who made the free throw. Freshman forward. Takes 2. We have not had a missed free throw today. Boston College 3 for 3, Syracuse 6 for 6. (63-36). 84 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Ava McGee still working her way back from injury. Been banged up really all through this season. Really strong on that shot. You see just one of its last 8 from the floor. And an offensive foul.
You see Erin Halp hitting the deck, giving up her body. Watch Halp here trying to fight through a screen. Oh. Elbow comes up high there from Justice. Fitzgerald is the one charged as the guilty party.
McDaniel trying to get around. It's back for Jocelyn Greer. Open for 3. And double figures for the 5th game in a row for Greer, who has 12. Syracuse gets down the floor quickly. Potts to match is good. Madeline Potts with her first points of the game.
Now, Aussie eye. Corner pocket there on that triple.
Each team making their 6th three-pointer of the game. Syracuse 6 for 14, Boston College 6 for 21. Moen a little bit strong. Tough angle shot. Fitzgerald had that the whole way, and now they called the held ball. And position right now, because as much as we talk about where Syracuse is in the net, I mean, if you're third in the ACC, you're making the tournament. That's just the way it is. They're in a good spot right now.
You know, the ACC, if you look at the top of it, as far as the metrics go, it's not quite what it has been in some previous years. You got Louisville, the only team in the top 16 in the top 25 poll this week. But that's not to say that it is an extremely difficult conference to navigate. Now 18 teams for the second season.
Corner three, no good, but still plenty of time in the putback for Aurora Almon, the sophomore. Yeah, it feels like the top of the sport, the depth has expanded, but you still have a quality leagues like the ACC all the way through.
The Syracuse team is receiving votes in the AP Top 25 poll this week.
Just keep figuring out ways to win. Tomlinson, no good on the jumper.
Hey, you keep winning games down the stretch, they might find themselves with a number next to their name before long.
Probably should. There's a nice take to the basket. Camden Nelson has 4. Out front for Carmody, who does keep that alive before it went out of bounds. Rolf, no good. Carmody's got an offensive rebound, though. Halp, who made a couple of threes early. That nearly went. And she draws the foul. Well, I think we're going to learn a lot, right? Because Syracuse is going to get Louisville at home on Sunday. And so that's a measuring stick kind of game for Syracuse, beyond even just where they are in terms of the resume and obviously what that could potentially do for their tournament hopes.
I think part of it too is how are you playing down the stretch? And we highlighted at the very beginning of the broadcast that for the last 3.5 weeks, they've only lost 1 game. And that was a loss in overtime at North Carolina. So there's certainly no shame in that. That's a good result. So right now they're playing their best basketball, and we've seen it on display here tonight.
Lost a game to Michigan big early in a early season tournament. And to Duke and Virginia Tech, both of those at home. But then ever since January 11th, just the 1 overtime loss, as you said, at North Carolina. Shooting 54% today. (70-41) our score after a couple of free throws from Aaron Halp. Angelica Velez in the game for the first time. There's the jumper from Potts with just 1 on the timer. And then out of bounds. Staying here with Syracuse.
You mentioned the shooting percentage. Remember early in the game, most of that first quarter, Syracuse was below 50%, but they were just rebounding all those misses. So that's how they were able to take the lead of 5 after quarter 1. And there have been more first shots going in consistently in those second and third quarters. That's why that shooting percentage has gone up.
Nice spin move. Left hand is no good. Potts eventually finds the rebound. Kinbawala had the initial opportunity, and then it's Potts from 3. 6 points for Potts. 73-41 Syracuse. Greer to answer is good. 15 for Jocelyn Greer. Second effort, yes. Oyindamola Akinbawawa.
Watching Akinbawala run the floor was very impressive. Beat BC down to the basket on the other end. That's going the other way.
Obviously understanding where the score is right now, but you look at that last look from Jocelyn Greer, and again, you can just feel a different level of confidence from what we saw from her early in the season, and that is obviously the progression hope with the freshman.
Yep, transition, finds her spot on the wing. Pretty looking jump shot. We've been seeing go down with much more regularity these last couple of weeks. Nickel dime. Bill Raftery would say loose change. Talking about what's coming up for the Orange, Eric, it does get tough. And no tougher opponent in the conference than what they're going to see at home on Sunday.
Yeah, there's some challenges in here, right? Louisville on Sunday, then a road game at NC State, a road game at Notre Dame. I think the Louisville game will be an interesting kind of a measuring stick. Where are they? The two at the end there, NC State and Notre Dame, those are ones that might really make a difference come tournament time. Though again, Syracuse feels like they're in an okay spot right now. It'll be important for seeding in the ACC tournament as well. Now goes against Kiera Edmonds, her first.
I've been impressed by Kinabawala's footwork these last couple of trips for Syracuse. That time she made a very nice move without traveling. Got the contact then ultimately.
Free throw, no good. And you see here some of the depth that the Syracuse team has as well in this fourth quarter. Ton of different players playing. Has a couple of misses there at the line for Akinbawawa.
Hamburgers, Eric.
That's right.
Two miss on a trip.
Didn't think we were getting there. Everybody had made their free throws today. First two misses of the game from the foul line either way.
Just about anywhere you go watch a basketball game these days, in the college or the pros, if somebody on the opposing team, that's a Syracuse foul. Greer got run over there. If an opposing team player misses two on a trip at the charity stripe, everybody in the building is winning a coupon for some sort of food. Hamburgers here at County. But you always hear the loudest cheers of the night.
Yes, that's right. That, and these days when a team gets to 67 points, seems to be. Here is McDaniel. And off the steal, Tiani McDaniel has 4.
Good anticipation there on that pass. Stepped into the passing lane. Got the solo act out of that.
Nice little design inside, but no good from Justice Fitzgerald, the freshman. McDaniel out front and got it, and a foul. So Tiani McDaniel will try to go for the three-point play.
And when your shot's not going down consistently, what's a good way to get your offense going? Just go to the basket, get a couple of fast break layups. Good finish through the contact here. Give a little stare down too to Velez. Let her know that she made that through the harm.
And the free throw is good. So 7 for McDaniel, including 5 in that short spurt. All right, Halp back in for Jocelyn Greer. Cuse by 26 here in the fourth. And the three ball is good. Olivia Schmidt, a sophomore from Staten Island. 27% three-point shooter, but looked good on that one.
Syracuse has always done a great job of keeping the best players out of the 5 boroughs of New York City to stay in state. A lot of them head up there to Central Park, go to college, play basketball.
It's been a recipe for success through the years. Halp was bumped, nothing was called, and that'll be a shot clock violation, but Syracuse got possession anyway. Schmidt across, Potts, yes. Well, how about this three-point shooting day for Syracuse? Again, we mentioned it, they only average 5 makes a game, but they are 9 for 18 from deep tonight.
And Potts has really found the stroke here towards the end of things. Got a pretty outside jump shot. And how about the assist there by Staten Island's own Olivia Schmidt? Watch Schmidt here. No look. And Potts 3 times from three-point land.
Pinto is in the game for the first time. They're back in as well. 4:44 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And it's Carmody coming around a couple of screens, lost the handle on it, going back to the Orange.
Another thing from the BC side of things to monitor moving forward, I don't think that we've seen Athena Tomlinson play this half. Maybe a little bit early coming out of the third quarter, had appeared to kind of roll an ankle or something, lower body early in the game, get banged up. Been mostly on the bench ever since, that starting point guard for BC. Such an important position in Joanna Burnaby-McNamee's offense.
Here's Potts. Extra pass works around for Olivia Schmidt. Going off 16 minutes against Miami. Potts got the hot hand right now. That one is a little short from 3. Here's Lapinto. Emma Lapinto is blocked by Jasmine Cooper. Special for Cooper today. From northeastern Massachusetts, played at Noble and Greeno last couple of years. Harmony going up and scores.
Just a little smile on her face. She was actually going to pass that ball to Emma Lapinto at first. I think then you just realized, wait a minute, I've got too easy of a shot to give it up. Those two had a laugh about it as they ran back down the court.
Here is Cooper. Looks it back for Velez. A little strong from 3, but an offensive rebound for Cooper. He's the Class AAA Player of the Year here in Massachusetts last year.
This is what I was talking about. Watch this outlet here to Carmody. It's a 2-on-1 essentially. So Lapinto's there. Oh, no, I'll just shoot.
This was earlier when Tomlinson went down when we were talking about it. Again, saw her just briefly in the second half.
13 total minutes today. That's well below what you'd normally see on the court for Athena.
And Cooper acknowledging the crowd here for her. Right down the road from her hometown. By one of those 20-mile, 40-minute situations, but down the road nonetheless.
40. I mean, well, what time are you driving? It's not rush hour.
No. That is turned over. Good read by Olivia Schmidt. Got it across for Potts. Has to reset though. Les working inside and a foul underneath.
And Samira Anderson was grabbing on to Big Akinabawala. Non-shooting. Boston College on its way to Clemson this weekend.
Just 2 home games left after this for Boston College. At Clemson, at Florida State, before returning home for Miami. And that Wake Forest game on the 22nd. They will finish up on the road at Syracuse on March 1st. Traditional ending. Feels like UC's season, regular season, has ended in the Dome quite a bit through the years.
This is the 16th BC home game. 16 of the 18 they've got on the schedule for the season. Goes by fast. Free throws here because it's the bonus situation. 5 team fouls in the fourth quarter against BC.
Free throws are no good. 2 misses, though, less important once the initial prize has been secured.
Right, you don't get 2 hamburger coupons. Eric was doing jumping jacks, as he called that first empty trip.
Does it have to be tomorrow, or is it go tonight? An early start today, so.
Just bring your ticket stub, I believe. I don't know that they'll take your media
Will
credentials.
they not take the credentials? Anderson to the basket. Nice take and a foul. So Amira Anderson has 5. Felt like she had started to be heating up as well, right? Had 10 points in 3 of 4 games prior to these last 2, including 16 points on the road at Louisville.
Yeah, I think as a freshman, those are the ups and downs that you have to live with when you go through the rigors of the ACC schedule for the first time. And Amira has experienced some of those. Some really good games and some quieter ones. I think that's what makes you feel so great about, if you're BC and the coaching staff, what Jocelyn Greer has been doing consistently the last couple of weeks. You're going to have fewer of the ebbs and flows.
Schmidt, little floater, no good off the window.
It's going to be on Kaya Henderson trying to box out. We had those situations a few times today where there's been a Boston College guard down there who's given up almost a foot in size trying to get a rebound.
Aurora Almon from the Dominican Republic, last couple of years down at Miami. Played in 15 games last season after redshirting as a freshman. Has 4 points today.
That's baseball territory. Down in the DR.
Coming off 21 minutes against Miami last time. Here's Henderson, lost the handle on it, but a foul. So they get a reach. Second foul against Almon. As you said, both teams in the bonus now, so free throws the rest of the way. Kaya Henderson going to the line. Henderson's minutes have slowly but surely continued to go up here in the ACC. Season high 25 minutes against Cal a couple of games ago. Just kind of settling in after, someone who was at Ohio State but redshirted last year. Been a long time since she had played regular minutes as the backup point guard. There's a 3, my goodness, Madeline Potts. It's her 4th three-pointer. She has 12 points, 1 shy of her career high.
All 4 of those, Eric, have come in about the last 12 minutes of the game.
There is McDaniel, couldn't hit at the rim.
He's the one who's gotten really hot late. 17 in Orange. Why not?
That close.
Woo.
Talked about the Australians today. There is Halp, who's good from 3. Erin Halp with her 3rd three-pointer of the day.
I think probably got fouled also. They didn't give her space to land after releasing that beautiful-looking jump shot.
So Halp is 9 for her last 16 from 3 over the last 3 games. Impressive stuff. Put back is good. Oyindamola Akinboawa.
Now the whistle staying silent here at the end of this game. That was a shuffling of the feet, not called.
So a 90 spot today for Syracuse. Gonna win their 9th conference game, move to 9-3 in the ACC, going into that showdown against Louisville at the Dome coming up on Sunday. And how about a couple more for good measure?
If you're looking at the decisive point of this game, it was the second quarter. Boston College only down by 5 after those opening 10 minutes, and then Syracuse, they really ratcheted everything up. Offense, defense, 21-5 second quarter, and away they've been. Haven't looked back.
Halp lets it go, and that's gonna do it. So Syracuse comes to Boston College, wins their 3rd game in a row. And win number 19 on the season.